What's good, everybody? This is Nate from Nate Reviews, and with season 2 of Daredevil Born Again arriving March 24th on Disney Plus, today we're doing a full-on recap of the first season, so you're completely caught up with everything before the next chapter begins. Now, if you've watched the original Daredevil series on Netflix from like 2015 to 2019, then this show acts as a continuation of that story as we're bringing the character into the MCU. So season 1 is about two men slowly reclaiming their identities. Matt Murdock becoming Daredevil again, and Wilson Fisk embracing Kingpin once more. And by the end of the season, the entire city of New York is caught in the middle. So let's break down everything that happens, starting now. So the season opens with a moment that completely shocks fans, especially me to this day. Matt Murdock, Karen Page, and Foggy Nelson reunite for a night at Josie's bar. For a brief moment, things feel normal again in Hell's Kitchen. But you know what they say, peace doesn't last that long. An assassin appears, and that is none other than Benjamin Poindexter, aka Bullseye, played by Wilson Bethel. Bullseye unleashes a brutal attack in the bar, targeting Matt and his friends. In the chaos, tragedy strikes. Foggy Nelson is wounded. Matt suits up as Daredevil and chases Bullseye through the bar and up the rooftop of a building. But by the time Matt hears Foggy's heartbeat fades away, it's already too late. Foggy is unalived. Matt, overcome with rage, nearly crosses the line and almost unalives Bullseye by throwing him off of a rooftop. Bullseye survives, but that moment breaks Matt Murdock, and that leads us to a massive shift in the story. It's been 1 year since what happened with Foggy Nelson. Matt Murdock has retired as Daredevil. Instead, he does his honor for his best friend by focusing on entirely on the law. He opens up a new law firm with lawyer Kristen McDuffie. Matt's trying to convince himself that the legal system can still work. But in Hell's Kitchen, things only got worse, because another powerful figure is making a comeback, Wilson Fisk, played once again by the incredibly talented Vincent D'Onofrio. But this time, he's not just a crime lord, he is running for mayor of New York City. Fisk realizes something important. Crime bosses operate the shadows, but politicians operate the open. If he controls the government, he controls the city. So Fisk launched a massive campaign to become mayor, and just surprisingly, people supported him. And to the public, Fisk presents himself as a man who will restore order, but someone who will eliminate crime and vigilantes alike. But behind that mask, that Fisk and his wife Vanessa are building a much darker plan. They began expanding their criminal empire using New York's political system, and slowly the city falls under Fisk's control. Meanwhile, Matt Murdock is struggling emotionally. He's trying to have a normal life, and on the surface things seem stable, but deep down Matt's still haunted what happened with Foggy, and he's haunted by the idea that the city still needs Daredevil, because the legal system can only do that much. Now, I gotta tell you, one of the most amazing storylines in this season is really one of my most favorites. Like, there's a vigilante called White Tiger, and he is like a new vigilante following Daredevil's absence. One day while patrolling, he is accused of unaliving someone, and he's brought into trial. Now, I gotta tell you the fact, this White Tiger is Hector Ayala. He is played by the late Camar de los Reyes, an amazing performance of the actor, and this is sadly one of his last roles. Rest in peace. Now a moment for silence for him. Anyways, back to Daredevil. So the trial was successful, but he's cleared of the charges, but sadly White Tiger's unalive. And yeah, and this is where the secondary arc begins for the show. Midway through the season, we get one of the biggest returns, Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, played once again by John Bernthal, aka one of the best actors in the MCU to play the Punisher. Pretty great actor in my opinion. Frank and Matt unite on one of the most intense moments of the season. but their physicologies still clash. Matt believes in justice, Frank believes in punishment. Their arguments about mortality become a huge part of the story, and eventually they're forced to work together because Fisk's power is growing too big to ignore. As Matt investigates deeper, the truth finally comes out. Bullseye didn't just unalive Foggy randomly. He was hired, and the person behind it, Vanessa Fisk. She ordered the assassin to cover up the criminal operation tied to the Red Hook port. Foggy was getting too close to exposing it, so Vanessa had him eliminated. This revelation devastates Matt. Now the fight isn't about justice. It's a personal vendetta. But despite everything, Wilson Fisk wins the election. He officially becomes mayor of New York City, and once he's in power, the mask comes off. Fisk immediately begins transforming the city. He creates an anti-vigilante task force, police are ordered to hunt down masked heroes, and soon martial law begins creeping up in New York. The city becomes a police state, and Fisk is in total control. With the city out of control, Matt finally realizes the truth. The law alone can't stop Fisk. So Matt dons the suit once again, and Daredevil is reborn. This marks a huge turning point in the series, because Matt fully embraces both sides of identity again. Lawyer by day, vigilante by night. And I gotta give appreciation for actor Charlie Cox for his performance. He does a really great Daredevil, and I really do appreciate his performance as both these characters. Really amazing. In the last few episodes, Daredevil and Punisher take on Fisk's anti-vigilante task force. It leads one of the biggest action sequences of the show. Frank and Matt fought side by side against corrupt cops and Fisk's forces, but even all their efforts, they can't stop Fisk's rise. After Fisk unalives Police Commissioner Gallo and solidifies his powers to the city, and by the end of the season, New York belongs to the Kingpin. The season ends with Daredevil standing in Josie's bar, the place where Foggy was unalived. Matt gathers allies, ordinary citizens, vigilantes. People refuse to let Fisk control the city. Daredevil claims that the fight isn't over. The resistance has begun. And there's also a post-credits scene. Shows Frank Castle imprisoned by Fisk's forces, but Frank being Frank, he's already planned his escape, which sets up a future story at a Punisher special that'll be released later on this year. So, what's this mean for Season 2? Season 2 will focus on all-out war in New York. Fisk controls the government, vigilantes are outlawed, and Daredevil is leading rebellion against the mayor's regime. Characters like Karen Page, Punisher, and also Jessica Jones is returning in the fight. And I really like that a lot. The battle for Hell's Kitchen is just getting started. Now for my final thoughts. Season 1 of Daredevil Born Again isn't just really about identity. Matt Murdock realized he can't abandon Daredevil, and Wilson Fisk proving he'll always become Kingpin no matter how much power he gains. And by the end of the season is darker than ever, but Daredevil is back, and the war for New York is about to explode. And that is your full recap of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Are you guys excited for Season 2? Do you think Daredevil can truly defeat Kingpin once and for all? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and check out more reviews right here on my channel. And this is Nate Reviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.